Hello everyone, I'm Dan 2x15 and I'm back again for another WWE predictions video. And this time we are doing the WWE Royal Rumble predictions. And as you can see, I am wearing my Bloodline t-shirt as Roman Reigns has declared himself into the men's Royal Rumble match, but I will get to that in just a few moments. As you can see, the predictions is on the screen right now, as you can see it. So let's talk about the way I do things on my predictions. The way I do things is, who do I think is going to win is basically who WWE have booked to win, and who do I want is my own personal opinion. This is going to take a while because there's going to be a bunch of different variations of it. So without further ado, let's get on with the first match, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say first match, this is in order I think it's going to appear on the card. Okay, going on to the first match. And the first match is the WWE Tag Team Championship match, as the WWE Tag Team Champions, the DIY, defend their tag team titles against the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, I'd just like to give you a heads up before I do any predictions. This may change and there might be some matches added, because this is Thursday and I haven't seen SmackDown yet. So I will be watching SmackDown on a Saturday because over here in the UK. It'll be on Netflix, but it'll be very late in the day. Now, these two teams have been battling it out between each other for quite some time. And, well, I do not know how this is going to go, because Johnny Gargano basically tricked us all, and he basically turned heel for the very first time in a long time, because the last time that Johnny Gargano was a heel, well, he was part of the way with Austin Theory, Indy Hartwell. I think Dexter Lumis was there too. It was with Candice LeRae as well. It was a whole thing, but that was on NXT. That was great heel work. We know that he's really good as a heel. And of course, then we had Tommaso Ciampa's heel work is brilliant. That's when last time we saw him as a heel, I think he betrayed Johnny Gargano, ironically, and it was also on NXT. But the Motor City Machine Guns, they are fantastic. When I saw them, I will admit, I have not seen any of their work on Impact or TNA. I will catch up and see how good they were, but it's self-explanatory. They are a very good team, and I will say they went straight up into the WWE as Tag Team Champions. And will they get their Tag Team titles back? Most probably. Will they take part in the Men's Royal Rumble to keep the rivalry going? Most probably. So, but who do I think is going to win? DIY. But who do I want to win? I want the Motor City Machine Guns to win their titles back, damn it. Cheetos never prospered, damn. And, well, I just think that DIY, you've gone and done it yourself way too many times. Pretty Deadly's been getting involved, as well as Los Garza and Legado del Fantasma. It's gonna be just collision course for the next few weeks on SmackDown, but we shall see what happens on SmackDown this week. But yeah, that's my predictions there. And the next match is what I am going to consider being the semi-main event. Basically, it's going to happen before the Men's Royal Rumble match. The reason why is because they've done this many times before where the loser gets a spot in the men's Royal Rumble. There, and that's exactly what I'm going to predict here, as it is going to be the current undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. Whoa! The American Nightmare is Cody Rhodes defending his title against his former best friend, KO Kevin Owens. Now, I will admit, Kevin Owens has come up with some very good valid points. And he just snapped. He went, I've had enough of this. You're helping out the enemy. Why are you helping the enemy? I was beaten down to a bloody pulp myself by Roman Reigns all these years ago, while you were still trying to figure out who you were. And he suddenly comes back and he gets to be in the main event of WrestleMania, not once but twice, because, he couldn't get it done the first time. So what does he do? He enters the Royal Rumble. He beats Cody because, Kevin Owens helps him out. But where's his thanks? Where's his praise? Where's his chance to become WWE champion again? Sorry about that. Let's get that out of the way. But nothing. Cody didn't even give him a title match. Well, he did, but he flopped it. He had a chance to take him out, but he even said himself, you're my friend. I ain't going to take advantage of something like that. You're my friend. And that's the old Kevin Owens. But you know what? He realized that he shouldn't have done that. And I would admit, a package power driver onto Randy Orton, taking him out. Yep, that was a big mistake. And now it's come to this. After tearing each other apart for weeks upon end, it's now going to be 2 championships, because at Saturday night's main event a couple of months ago, Cody Rhodes came out wearing the old Winged Eagle belt, but Kevin Owens hit him with the package power driver after the match and successfully defending that title, and he took that Winged Eagle belt, and they want that back in storage, and Kevin Owens has been claiming he's the true champion. So, the only way to settle this is to have no screwy refs, no disqualifications, no countouts, the only way is no pinfalls, no submissions. The only way to win is to climb that ladder, grab the titles, and become the champion. Now, who do I think is going to win this match? Cody Rhodes. But, in the most ironic sense, just because it'll be an interesting main event at WrestleMania, even though it won't happen, I want Kevin Owens to win. Just because I like to be different. What do you think? I think it's going to be quite the interesting one. But whether it's Cody Rhodes or Kevin Owens, one of those two is going to go to WrestleMania to defend their title against the Royal Rumble winner. However, we have 2 women's world champions too, as we have the women's world champion Rhea Ripley and the WWE champion Tiffany Stratton. One of those 2 women will have to defend their titles against the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. And here it is, the next match. The next match is the Women's Royal Rumble match. 30 women, 1 winner. There's going to be quite a big field of women that have already declared their way into the match, and I'm going to just get those women up on my phone for a minute. I'm back. I've got the list of all the wrestlers that have already declared themselves into the Women's Royal Rumble, plus there's going to be a few more surprises. We've got Bayley, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, surprisingly, which I'll get back to that in a minute, Aliyah Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, and Io Sky. Now, there are multiple opinions on who I think is going to appear, so let me go through. I'm going to go through my top 5 returns, or maybe debuts or returns that I think could possibly enter. Now, first of all, it wouldn't be her no, number 5 wouldn't be her first Royal Rumble appearance. I believe she's entered it before. Is Roxanne Perez? Isn't she like the women's champion on NXT? Um, you know, that's a very good pick. Here at number 4, to be honest, Trish Stratus. And number 3 would be Lita. They have both been working hard. I mean, number 2 would be, of course, we've seen her lately. We have, you know, seen her a lot lately. And I'm going to say probably Michelle McCool. And I'm going to put out the honorable mention goes to the Bella twins, mainly Nikki Bella because she appeared on there, and another honorable mention goes to anyone from TNA. So any NXT and obviously NXT, but from Thea Hall, for example, but some really good surprises there. But my number 1 pick, I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to say, well, probably, speaking of TNA, Nick Aldis's wife, Mickie James. We've had her into the Royal Rumble before, or Jordan Grace. I know that she has Jaden. Is it Jaden Grace? Yeah, Jaden Grace. She's entered the Royal Rumble before, so that's some surprises that I think could happen. Overall, now, whether it be a surprise entry, but out of the women that are selected here, who do I think is going to win the Royal Rumble? Liv Morgan. She has come second place many, many times. But going back to Charlotte Flair, they shouldn't have announced that. They should have let that be a surprise because she is not. She's not been seen in WWE for quite some time. And, it would have been a very good surprise. Like, I don't hate her and I don't dislike her. I think she's okay. I think she's gotten better over the years. I used to hate her in like a wrestling fan type of way, but I've gotten warm to her as she's gotten better. But hey, she's been announced, so we know she's going to appear. Most likely at number 30, but I'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, I think it will be Liv Morgan. But my guest, who I want to win, is Nia Jax. Because why not pick a person a Royal Rumble victory? We haven't had a big person win a Royal Rumble in a long time. So Nia Jax, why not? But who do I now? I'm going to give away 3 more predictions. Who do I think is going to be the Iron Woman? Numbers 1 and 2, and number 30. Personally, I think in honor the Iron Woman will probably be Nia Jax because I think she'll come in at roughly about number 3 or something because she wants to, they want to make her look strong. Who do I think number 1 and 2 will be? Well, I think number 1 will probably have to be with Liv Morgan. Because, I know hypothetically she is probably gonna get second place again, but who knows? But I think at number 2, I might be Charlotte Flair. The reason I say that is because she's. You wouldn't want. I think it'd be a waste of a space if she comes in at number 30. Because I think number 30 would have to go to someone that's going to return or a bigger star, much bigger star. The one person, it would make so much sense. Please, WWE, do this. The number 30 spot, Chelsea Green. But what she does is she goes to eliminate the two women that are, trying to eliminate each other, and they both hang on, and then they just drag her out straight away. Again, short that amount of time, and then they battle on the apron, get back, and then they'll go back in the ring, and they fight it off until the one that wins. But yeah, that's my women's Royal Rumble match. Now, who knows what's going to happen? Anything can happen. But let's move on to the next match, the main event of the evening. The next match in the main event, of course, is pretty easy. It's the men's Royal Rumble match. Now, I practically know a good amount of the wrestlers that have announced themselves, but as a reminder, let's find out. I'm back. I've got all the listed names of the people that have declared themselves into the men's Royal Rumble so far. I'm going to go up from the bottom to the top. First of all, we got the legendary Rey Mysterio, who won the Royal Rumble back in 2006, who came out at number 3, I believe. I think it was. Was it number 2? No, it was the number 2 spot. Yeah, it was the number 2 spot. And went to win the entire thing for the late, great Eddie Guerrero. And speaking of luchadors, here's a guy that's got a problem with luchadors lately. It's the All-American made Chad Gable, who is, incidentally, a former United States champion, I think. But, you know who else is going to have everyone barking? It's Braun Breaker, the current Intercontinental Champion. Braun Breaker is entering the Royal Rumble as one of WWE's latest free agent. That's right, Penta has declared himself into the Royal Rumble. Probably going to come in earlier on. And then we got, it's just me, Oos! Since day one, it's just me, Oos! Since day one, yeet! It's going to be the Yeet Meister himself, a man that he entered at number 1 in the 2024 Royal Rumble, I believe. And it's Jey Uso! Then we got Logan Paul. Not less said about him. Although I will make a prediction about Logan Paul, which is going to piss everybody off, and I'll get to him in a minute. The current United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura, who won it back in 2018, didn't really have a successful WrestleMania. Surprisingly, in 2019, even because what I find strange is usually when they don't win at WrestleManias, they win it the following year. But wouldn't less to talk about. Now he could do it again, become a double champ. Then we got the man who ended at number 30 last year, Sami Zayn, who's been having a lot of troubles with this next guy, Drew McIntyre. I can see him going all the distance and maybe even the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble. That's my prediction there for Drew McIntyre. And of course, he's had 2 enemies as of late. Brand new, fresh enemies. And Seth freaking Rollins, another former Royal Rumble winner. Back in 2019, Seth Rollins won the Royal Rumble. A man that does not have the best of luck when it comes to Royal Rumbles. Maybe except from this year, and I will get to my predictions on who I think is going to win and who I want to win is CM Punk. It's clobbering time. Is he going to throw 29 other men over the top rope? Possibly. But then, of course, I'm wearing a Bloodline shirt. We are going to have to acknowledge Roman Reigns, who's going to have a tough time out there. He's probably going to be the one to get the most eliminations. However, I also kind of think, I'll get to that in a minute, and who I think he might enter at a certain spot. Maybe. Then we got Mr. You Can't See Me, John Cena's last ever Royal Rumble. And now let's get to John Cena, People think that he might actually win once again. Yay! No. He's been advertised for Elimination Chamber. You think he's going to win the Royal Rumble? No. This is his last Royal Rumble. He's going to get eliminated. By whom, you may think? Logan Paul. That's going to stick. Yeah, you heard me, alright? Logan Paul. That way, at WrestleMania 41, we're going to see Logan Paul versus John Cena. So we can see John Cena whoop his ass. At least we think that's what's going to happen. In some way or another, we're going to Logan Paul being the one to put John Cena's hopes of winning his last WrestleMania at WrestleMania 41. And he will continue on his tour. So yeah, Cena's going to lose Royal Rumble, most likely lose Elimination Chamber, but he might kick Logan Paul's ass, That's what I think is going to happen here. So, who do I think is going to win? Now, this is a tough question. So I'm going to have to pick two people in who I think is going to win here. Maybe, in fact, there's three. There are three people in who I think he's going to win. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, or Roman Reigns. But the person I want to win is CM Punk. Because he deserves it. Like, I've had my ups and downs feelings about CM Punk, but this year, damn it, it's your year. You came second place in the last year's Royal Rumble against Cody Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes is not entering the Royal Rumble this year because he's the WWE Champion. But, speaking of Cody, he's going to be defending the title in a ladder match against Kevin Owens. So here we are at that point of the Royal Rumble, maybe at number 15 or something. In comes the loser of that match. Most likely Kevin Owens, and it'll probably be a case of where whoever it's meant to be, he takes them out backstage and enters the Royal Rumble. Simple. Now, I also thought how are we going to top our Truth entry from the last year's thinking that it was the men's? I don't know. Something will happen. Probably to do with Pete Dunne or something. I think he'll enter it, and then our Truth will enter it and actually eliminate eliminate Pete Dunne somehow, maybe by mistake. It's going to be good. The New Day, I think they're into, and I think one of the honorable mentions, and what I'm going to get to now, is that again, 5 men who I think is going to enter the Men's Royal Rumble for this year, not including legends, okay? These are actually TNA guys, because WWE and TNA have a working relationship with TNA now. Here are the top 5 TNA guys that I think can easily enter this year's Royal Rumble. Number 5 being Moose. Oh, could you imagine the showdown between him and some of the bigger guys such as Omos if he enters the Royal Rumble? People like Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, all these big Bronson Reed is injured, but Braun Breaker, maybe Braun Strowman. Imagine that. Moose, he's a big dude. I can tell you that. He will be throwing bodies over the top rope, that's for sure. Next up is actually technically legends because they're under technical. By technically, they do have a contract under TNA, and that's the Hardy Boys. Either Matt or Jeff or both. Personally, I would want to see Woken Matt Hardy, or maybe have Broken Matt Hardy now that they can officially use that license. So yeah, that would be great. And they'll have a lot of League of Worlds chants. That could be good. And maybe if Uncle Howdy enters the Royal Rumble and Matt Hardy's there, that'll be a good showdown, I think. So yeah, one or maybe either one or both of the Hardy Boys to enter. Next up on my list of TNA guys to enter the Royal Rumble, there's a very big possibility of entering the Royal Rumble, is no other than Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler. I generally think that it would be good if they make him enter as Nick Nemeth and not as Dolph Ziggler, because that would make a lot of sense because he's on TNA under Nick Nemeth. Makes a lot of sense. And I think he's like, no, that's someone else who's coming in later, he'll be coming in early. So that's Oris and Moose, the Hardys, Nick Nemeth. Okay, then the next person is number. So yeah, the next person that I think can easily enter the men's Royal Rumble. I think he's been on TNA a couple of times. He's been everywhere. But due to the fact that he has got a record and he has technically got TNA contract, it's not. I feel like this is like an honorable mention. An honorable mention goes to Matt Cardona. It's a very big possibility. But I think there's a big next one. I believe there's some legends on TNA that could come back. Like I think Rhino maybe is a possibility. That's another honorable mention, but I doubt they would do something like that. It would have to be. Also, a shout out goes to Ethan Page, another guy, but yeah, Nick Nemeth is my other pick. Of course, finally, my last pick, because I can't really think of five. I suppose Matt and Jeff Hardy count as two. So say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry to enter the men's Royal Rumble. If they do not do that, then I'm going to be disappointed. But he will appear. Trust me. Now, I don't think he'll be later in the Royal Rumble. I think he'll be earlier. And unfortunately, he'll be he'll get there'll be a big, massive boo for the person that does it. But hey, I also think that Jacob Fatu will enter the Royal Rumble, and Solo Sikoa will be in there with Tama Tonga to try and take out Roman Reigns. And I think Roman Reigns might end up, being the one to eliminate them, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, but Solo might eliminate Roman. But we'll see. But yeah, those are my predictions. But who's the one I think is going to be number 1 and 2 and 30? Here we go. Number 1, as I am going to pick here, and I think he's going to be the Iron Man, is Roman Reigns. To dominate the Royal Rumble, come on. Who else can you have in there? And then at number 2, the perfect pick would have to be the man that has had issues with Roman Reigns for quite some time. Someone that he's been taking out all of the bloodline from Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre. Simple. Like, Drew McIntyre, number 2. Now, possibly someone from his past, like Seth Rollins, but that wouldn't make any sense. So, we will wait and see. At number 30, though, I feel like they're gonna put John Cena at number 30, but I feel like that would be too easy. So I feel like at number 30, it needs to be someone that's gonna piss off the crowd, perhaps Logan Paul, but I don't know, maybe, I feel like number 30, it doesn't matter who, maybe CM Punk at number 30, just to make it easier on him. So, I think there's, like I said, John Cena would be too easy, but I think CM Punk is my pick at number 30. So, there you go. That's my predictions for the WWE Royal Rumble. I will watch it on Sunday. and I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to subscribe. If you want to watch the previous video, then click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the playlist that's on the right.